Hello everyone. We have this very interesting thread from Kotu on Spectrum, PvP or PvE poll. This is 4 days old. I wanted to wait a little bit to see how the result looks. Link to this is in my first pinned comment below. Now, I'm not saying this is absolutely correct. Not many people voted and not everyone is on Spectrum, and even people who are on Spectrum are not seeing every single thread. Still, I find this very interesting. There were 3 choices: PvP, you play at least 75% PvP, and or you think PvP is definitely the core of this game for you. PvE, you play at least 75% PvE, and or you think PvE is definitely the core of this game for you. This is exactly how Chris sold this game for us. It was even worse PvP-wise. Chris pretty much said you can avoid PvP in higher security areas, which we still cannot.
First off, it's not, this is like a lot of people seem to think of Star Citizen as like PvP, there can only be one Highlander star, right? I put that in my letter, but it's not. I mean, it's yes, if you want to participate in PvP or compete with other organizations, we are going to put that gameplay in there. But the design of this is to have like 90% of the universe be AI, so actually most of your content in the game will be PvE, and it's certainly going to be fashioned in a way that if you don't want to engage in mano or person to person, woman or woman, or whatever I should say, the appropriate setup in terms of competition, you don't have to. And one of the reasons why I want 90% AI population is that the problem with PvP is there is always a winner and a loser. And both those people are players that have paid money for the game. And, not everyone is the best dogfighter, or not everyone's the best FPS player, or not everyone's the best trader, or whatever. So the great thing about AI is we can make AI of all levels. So no matter what, even if you're a crappy dogfighter, you can still take down some AI pirates and feel like you're the man. It's like, okay, yeah, I got him, I took him down. And so I really want to make sure that that's there so people can have a good time, because if you're only ever competing against other people, then there will always be winners and losers. And if you're someone that's not that great or don't have enough time to really practice up, it'll be a sucky experience for you and you won't play. So I want, people that, fall into that category to have opportunities to go out there and have fun and whip up on some pirates or do whatever they want to do without having to be forced into head-to-head competition. And so based on that side, then it's not head-to-head competition, the overall game. I mean, the game has that if you want it, it has that if you don't want it. So it's not all about there isn't like this is the master of the universe person that you're going to get to.
Mixed. None of this above. For example, you play 50-50 or 60-40 of PvE PvP. Result, 356 PvE, this is 75%. 80 mixed, 17%, and 38 mostly PvP, 8%. Again, take this with a grain of salt, but I think this is pretty accurate. I would even say a lot more people who are not on Spectrum are more into PvE. Me personally, I like PvP a lot, but there need to be rules. The best game I ever played with PvE and PvE was back in the days Dark Age of Camural. In your home realm, you were totally safe. No one could hurt you. No player. If you wanted to do PvP, you went into the frontier realm. Usually we went to Midgard. I spent the majority of my time in PvP in this game. Still, I like it very much. If you wanted to do some PvE, you were totally safe in your home realm. There was one server later in Dark Age of Camelot where you had PvP everywhere. This was a very niche server with less than 1% of the population. Marty-chan replied, this game is at least 80% PvE right now. These are all PvE. And he's listing a lot of activities that are totally PvE. The problem with this list is, yes, these are all PvE activities, but you can be attacked by other players anytime, everywhere, with little to no consequences. With the exception of armistice zones, of course, but there are bugs, workarounds. People are tracking other players in armistice zones and steal their stuff. Having to go to jail is not a consequence. CRG said this will change. There will be police, military forces, going after people who are attacking others in high security areas. However, in year 13 we have little to nothing of this in the game, so color me very, very skeptical to see this in the next 5 Yes. And again, I repeat myself, I like PvP a lot, but there need to be rules. There are some hardcore PvP players who want to do PvP everywhere, but this is a very small minority. Usually in games where you have PvE, PvP and PvP everywhere servers, the full PvP servers are very, very empty compared to the other servers. My guess is we get all this PvP because this is easy to do. CRG is locking good loot behind PvP and don't think this is the way to go. Most of CRG's missions, most of the gameplay is still very boring and repetitive in year 13. I hope this will change. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. We are starting with my character standing just in front of the threads. Okay, Flicker, please move forward. Yeah, you are just getting tracked along. More, please. You take no damage, you are just getting tracked along. Okay. This is done. Hey, you are still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.